Type 7 civilization. Allah, Jesus, Vishnu is a Type 7 civilization for us like a god? Are we, who called God, like this? Why I'm saying this? Well, imagine you are watching a cricket match in which some player tries to hit a sixer, but unfortunately, because instead of a sixer, the ball starts to go into the hand of the fielder. So you pause time like a video, and then the ball goes in front of the fielder, and then you move it to another place and play the time again. Well, that is exactly what a Type 7 civilization can do. Because all realities, all dimensions, all timelines, even all natural laws can be changed by a Type 7 creature by a click sound invisible, right? Technically, after all, these three major questions are standing here. First, can such an advanced alien civilization actually exist? And how convinced are scientists by this? Second, if yes, can it, then what is the guarantee that it is not changing its form between us? Even that is a possibility, right? And the third question, let's say that advanced civilization is not changing its form between us, but scientifically it does exist. Then what is it that is keeping it from us? Well, no matter how mystifying this third question may seem, we will, unfortunately or unfortunately, have to understand the answers to all three questions in a sequence so that the concept of this civilization scale can become a complete sense. The concept of this Type 7 creature's creature is a concept or a framework or a theory or a hypothesis. About 70 years ago, with a logical perspective, researchers and scientists themselves had put it in front of the world. This is the 1950s, when scientists wanted to discover an alien civilization at their peak. And today, in America, UFO sightings related to Area 51 were being reported.
Since the late 1940s, Americans have been fascinated by a mysterious region in Nevada known as Area 51.
What exactly goes on at Area 51?
The Area 51.
Area 51.
Area 51.
Are there any alien remains in Area 51?
And that's when scientists started to classify and predict and assess threats related to such advanced alien civilization on the scale of different advancement. Like, in those days, two such scales were gate popular. The first scale was the Information Mastery Scale, in which any civilization can control so much information on the basis of this. It can control from A to Z in such 26 levels. And on the other hand, the second scale was the Micro-Dimensional Mastery Scale, in which any civilizations can go to such extreme on a small microscope level and control the objects there. On the basis of this, they were classified in which the lowest level was Type 1, which can only control such macroscopic things from the naked eye, and the highest level was Type Omega civilization, which can even control the fabric of space. Time, which means clearly these two scales could classify such a civilization so precisely that if tomorrow we are raised by a civilization, then we can accurately estimate the level of danger it poses for us, even if it is there. But wait a minute, to estimate this, we should first know our own score. And well, here is where things started to happen. Because on both of these scales, as soon as we plot humans, suddenly, on the scale's information, we humans come to the level of P, which is a considerably advanced level. But, on the other hand, on the micro-dimensional scale, even after 70 years of advancement, we land on the level of Type 5, which is way too far from Type Omega. So, overall, all it means is to classify aliens on the ultra-specific parameters of these two scales, which is the biggest problem of these scales. And we need a universal scale, which can consider all the factors and in one scale can tell us at what level does that civilizations fall so that paradoxes are not created, that on one scale we can see an advanced civilization and on the other scale the concept of the Type 7 civilization that was given a clue. That such a civilization can also exist, it is possible. Wow, we will know how. In the year 1964, astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev identified a common factor in the last two scales: energy consumption. Kardashev thought that whether to access information or to control ultra-microscopic things, the more you do, the more you progress, the more energy you will have to use. So, energy became that unifying scale. And with this thought, Kardashev, on the basics of energy consumption, he invented a completely new scale called Kardashev scale. In this new scale, initially from Type 1 to Type 3, civilization in these 3 levels classified all the civilizations, but later this idea was so useful to the rest of the scientists that eventually they added from Type 5 to 7 and added 4 more levels. And finally, a scale was invented which could logically justify the existence of a highly advanced being. Now, there was no problem in this whole new scale, except one that is, this scale literally showed us our worth like a mirror. We were given the same, we were shown that we are a very technologically backward being. And a very big question was raised that at least leave out the Type 7. Civilization, will we ever be able to advance so much in the future that we can detect a Type 3 civilization? Like a comparatively simple civilization, will we be able to advance so much, and will we be able to live till then? See, astrophysicist Carl Sagan, he calculated how much energy we use. Then he came to know that currently we humans have not even reached the Type 1 civilization. We are at the level of 0.73, and just to become a Type 1 civilization, it will take us another 200-300 years, and this has become Type 1 civilization is the level where we will be able to use our modern technology to squeeze out almost 100% of our home planet's energy. And then after that, to further support our high-tech, highly advanced lifestyle, we will need more energy, then we will be able to increase our energy sources like the sun and squeeze out more energy from them. Which is bring us to a Type 2 civilization here. We will basically cover our host star, which in our case is the sun with an engineering marvel like the Dyson sphere, which will bring our solar energy from its solar panel ring to the Earth as electricity. Literally, this means all the energy of the sun will have to be squeezed out, and with this energy eventually, we will be able to create such technology, which will help us reach other solar systems. And by doing this, we will also be able to squeeze out the sun of other solar systems through Dyson spheres, and we will be able to catalyze our technology advancement to such an extent that slowly we will be able to occupy the entire galaxy. And every star of Milky Way will be able to be covered by Dyson spheres. And by doing this, we will become a Type 3 civilization. Now let's stop dreaming a little and come to the Earth. Realistically speaking, right now we are not able to use the full energy of the sun, and we are not even capable of using the sun's energy and not even the energy of the Earth. So when we are incapable of using the total energy of the Earth, then how will we detect an advanced alien civilization? It's not possible. So then, why did our scientists create the idea of the existence of a Type 7 civilization? Well, when we did some research on this topic, we found out this idea originally it was given to Kardashev. If in this time he had seen the images of the universe that modern astrophysicists like Edwin Hubble had seen. Actually, Kardashev claimed that 3 are only 3 levels of civilizations, because during that time we had no knowledge about the universe outside of Milky Way. But as soon as the famous astrophysicist Edwin Hubble through modern telescopes discovered new galaxies, scientists then started adding more extra civilization levels to this scale, which were capable of squeezing energy from things bigger than galaxies. In this way, they added 4 more levels of civilizations to this scale. Now, who were these 4 civilizations and what were their powers? As soon as the change in the Type 3 civilization, man will take over all the stars of galaxy. But after this point, slowly our energy consumption will increase even more, and not even all stars of the galaxy will be able to complete this. And that's why now we will be able to absorb energy from more energetic events than stars, like supernova, gamma ray burst, explosions. We will be able to absorb energy these, which are most energy radiating in the entire universe. At this level, we will be able to create and destroy even stars according to our energy needs, and we will be able to keep the entire universe under our control. By ruling over this massive energy and utilizing it, we will increase our technology to the level that we will become a Type 4 civilization. Now, in this way, maybe you think, what else is left in the universe? All the energy, Type 4 civilization has soaked everything. We have reached our final goal, right? Well, not really. In those days, in his scientific community, many modern theories like strings theory had started to form, who were talking about the existence of multiverse and multiple dimensions. So scientists thought, what if there are some civilization who live outside our own universal realm? And probably that's why. We are not able to see them, but they have eyes on us. And with this thought, Type V level civilization was born. At this level, we will literally squeeze out the entire galaxies, and finally, we will create a technology that can make us travel in parallel universe. Like DC's Flash, that can hop in parallel universes through interdimensional portals. This itself is mind-blowing, right? Just imagine. Such an advanced civilization that has squeezed out all the energy of its own universe, and through those portals, they are traveling in other universes. At their convenience and from those hidden dimensions, they are extracting all that energy with the power of doing this. A civilization will be officially labeled Type VI civilization, meaning, after reaching this level, that civilization would have entire control of all the cosmos throughout. Just only one thing they would not have control over, and that is the power to create and destroy matter against the laws of physics. So Type VI civilization instead will be called Type VII civilization, because according to scientists, Type VII civilization is a civilization which is not a civilization but an individual power. It will be an individual mind being, in which all the thoughts of the entire omniverse, all the information and all the timeline will have been transcended, meaning whatever consciousness in there in the omniverse, everything will be transcended in the mind of one super being. That being omnipotent, meaning all-powerful, omnipresent, meaning present everywhere, and omniscient, meaning it has knowledge of everything. It will transform into such a super being